So the question for today is, how can I manage my stress without going crazy? Right? Stress is a common problem for a lot of you. Okay, so here's a 3-part series to teach you how to manage your stress. So first, you need to understand that not all stress is bad. Some stress is necessary for growth. Right? Take this rubber band for example. Okay, for it to fly, you need to put some stress or tension on it. The problem comes when you put too much tension on it, and eventually, well, this rubber band is pretty resilient. Oh, this is tougher than I thought. Ah! Okay, so the point is, some stress is useful, but chronic stress, over stress, can cause you to snap, right? In like the rubber band, where you have mental breakdowns or even mental health issues. Okay, so stress is something to be taken seriously and managed properly. So how does stress come about? Right, in simple terms, stress is the gap between where you are now and where you want to go. Right, your current reality versus your expectations. So to reduce stress, you either move towards your expectations or you drop or you change your expectations, right? In other words, you don't care as much lah. So in part 1, we're gonna talk about one mindset to move towards your expectations and reduce your stress. Okay, and that is harnessing the power of scheduling or planning your calendar in advance. Okay, everyone has heard about this, but very few students understand how to practice it or even apply it. Okay, so I'm going to simplify it into 3 simple steps for you to follow. Step 1, okay, before the start of the next month, set some specific goals for the entire next month. Okay, for example, you want to practice 3 weaker chapters of math. Okay, or maybe your CCA can be performing arts, sports, doesn't matter, right? Maybe you want to run 10 km a week. Okay, or you want to practice a piece of music maybe X number of times. Okay, whatever it is, just set specific goals for the following month before the month starts. Okay, step 2. Okay, once you've set bigger goals for the following month, break them down into smaller specific tasks. Okay, for example, 3 weaker chapters of math, you can break it down into maybe 6 practice sessions, right? Maybe 1.5 hours each. Okay, so it's very specific. Now, if you want to run 10 km a week, maybe there is 2 sessions of 5 km each. Okay, so break down your bigger goals into specific tasks. Now, of course, you can apply it to anything. Okay, this is just a general principle. You can apply it to anything that you do. So step 3 is to schedule those specific tasks into your calendar for the following month. Okay, so you just block out, all your school hours, all your CCA hours, and whatever that is left, you can slot in your specific task to do. So to do this, I would recommend using Google Calendar. Right, it's the app on your phone, because you can change it as you need to. Of course, if you are still living the dinosaur age, then you can use your physical planner, your scheduler, your handbook to schedule in your task. Okay, so that's step 3. So how does scheduling actually help to reduce stress and move towards my expectations? Okay, first up, when you set big goals, big expectations, it might seem very daunting, right? Very stressful. How am I going to achieve it? But when you break it down to specific tasks, you become clearer of how you're going to achieve it. You're more confident, you're less stressed. Secondly, scheduling gives you a bird's eye point of view of your schedule for the next month, so you avoid overcommitment. Okay, so many of you take on additional stuff and you end up getting more stressed. Okay, so if you have a calendar, you will know that these are the timings you need to commit to your activities and you avoid taking on additional stuff. Okay, remember, when you want to achieve something, it's not just what you do, it's what you don't do. Okay, it's not just saying yes, it's learning how to say no. Okay, so get your priorities right and execute. So the third benefit of scheduling is that it optimizes your growth and your learning. Okay, if you want to get buff, okay, do you go to the gym one day for 7 hours or 7 days for 1 hour each? Okay, obviously the second one is more effective. Okay, some clowns will tell me the first one. Okay, but essentially for your workout to be effective, you need to space it out. Okay, and your brain is the same, it's a muscle. Okay, and for you to retain information it's better to space out your revision instead of cramming everything last minute and having a mental breakdown. Alright, so that's it for part 1. I hope you learn how to schedule your work and plan your calendar. Okay? Every single creative and productive person I know works on a schedule. So it's good for you to start young. So that's part 1, and stay tuned for part 2.